Faith-based stories. Spirit of boldness. Title: The Fearless Warrior. David always struggled with fear. He was naturally introverted and timid, and he often found himself shrinking back from challenging situations. But one day, David had an encounter with God that changed everything. During a church service, the pastor prayed for people to receive a spirit of boldness. David had never heard of such a thing, but something stirred in his heart when he heard those words. He felt like God was speaking directly to him. David began to pray earnestly for a spirit of boldness, and he felt God's presence more and more each day. He started to read the Bible and found strength in the stories of brave men and women who stood up for what they believed in, even in the face of adversity. As David's spirit of boldness grew, he noticed a change in himself. He was no longer content to sit on the sidelines, watching life pass by. He started to speak up in meetings, share his ideas and opinions, and lead projects at work. David found that he was no longer afraid of confronting difficult situations. He spoke up against injustice and challenged people who were behaving unfairly. He was no longer held back by fear, but he was guided by his newfound boldness and the wisdom of God. One day, David found himself in a tense situation. He was walking home from work when he saw a group of young men harassing a homeless person. David's heart was pounding, but he felt like God was calling him to intervene. With his spirit of boldness guiding him, David walked up to the group and started to talk to them. At first, they were hostile, but David kept talking, sharing his faith, and showing kindness. In the end, the group disbanded, walking away peacefully. David knew that he would never have been able to do something like this before he received his spirit of boldness. Now, he was braver than ever before, and he was willing to stand up for what was right, no matter what the cost. The Bible says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind," 2 Timothy 1:7. David had learned this lesson firsthand. He found that when we seek the spirit of boldness from God, He will give it to us in abundance, transforming our lives and enabling us to do things we never thought possible. David remained a fearless warrior for the Lord, inspiring others with his courage and his faith.